morning, friends, members, Trekkies. You know, every week I begin this TEP talk by calling the fans, members, Trekkies. And it was brought to my attention that everyone doesn't consider themselves a Trekkie. Some actually, have another word for what they call themselves. They call themselves Trekkers. And I've heard the term, but I don't know. For me, a Trekkie is someone who loves Star Trek. I mean, they love Star Trek. That's their top of their choice for any television show, for any movies. They have all the props. Well, not all the props, of course, but they have props. They wear uniforms. I mean, Trekkies are the fans that take it to another level. They go above and beyond. Trekkers, I don't know. So that's what we're going to deal with this week. We're going to deal with the two terms, Trekkies and Trekkers, and see what can come out of it. There's a few videos that I've made, so we'll check that out. And but most important, I need to hear from you guys. What do you think? When this is all over, please send me some comments. Let me know what you feel, because that's really what's important, and whether I should continue referring to the members and friends and fans as Trekkies. So until I hear from that, I'm going to keep doing it. So check out the video, and we'll get back on the other side.
Trekkie. It's a word that conjures images of conventions, costumes, and perhaps even a bit of affectionate teasing. But what does it truly mean to be a Trekkie? Is it simply about enjoying the Star Trek shows and movies? Or does it run deeper, encompassing a love for the universe, its values, and the community it has built? At its core, being a Trekkie is about more than just passive viewing. It's about active engagement with the Star Trek universe. Trekkies delve into the intricacies of the storylines, characters, and technology. They debate plot points, analyze character motivations, and even craft their own fan fiction. But Trekkiedom goes beyond intellectual engagement. It's about embracing the values at the heart of Star Trek: inclusivity, diversity, and a belief in a brighter future. These values resonate strongly with Trekkies, fostering a sense of belonging and shared purpose. The seeds of Trekkie culture were sown in the late 1960s alongside the original Star Trek series. Early fans, hungry for more content and connection, created fanzines, organized gatherings, and even wrote letters to NBC advocating for the show's renewal. One of the earliest milestones in Trekkie history was the emergence of the first Star Trek fanzine in 1967. This marked the beginning of organized fan activity and demonstrated the growing enthusiasm for the show. Conventions soon followed, offering a space for Trekkies to connect, share their passion, and celebrate all things Star Trek. The cancellation of the original series in 1969, rather than extinguishing the fandom, seemed to only fuel its growth. Reruns introduced Star Trek to a new generation, further expanding the Trekkie community. The launch of in 1973 and the subsequent film and television series throughout the years cemented Star Trek's place in popular culture and ensured the continued growth of its dedicated fan base. The impact of Star Trek and its fans extends far beyond the realm of entertainment. The series' optimistic vision of the future, where technology is used for good and humanity has overcome its differences, has inspired countless viewers. Star Trek's commitment to diversity and inclusivity, groundbreaking for its time, broke down barriers and fostered a sense of hope for a better future. This message resonated deeply with Trekkies, many of whom found a welcoming and accepting community within the fandom. The terms Trekkie and Trekker have often been used interchangeably, but there's a subtle distinction that has been the subject of much debate within the fandom. While both terms signify a love for Star Trek, Trekker is often seen as a more serious, even academic designation. The advent of the internet ushered in a new era for Trekkie fandom. Online forums, fan sites, and social media groups provided platforms for fans across the globe to connect, discuss theories, share fan creations, and even organize campaigns to support the franchise. The internet has undeniably made it easier than ever to be a Trekkie. With streaming services providing access to every episode and film, fans can now immerse themselves in the Star Trek universe at any time. Online communities offer a sense of belonging, allowing fans to connect with like-minded individuals from all walks of life. So, what does it mean to be a Trekkie in the 21st century? It's about embracing the enduring legacy of Star Trek, celebrating its values, and connecting with a global community that shares a passion for a universe that continues to inspire and entertain.
Okay, that video does help us to understand the term Trekkie, and it goes a little bit into it. But I wasn't happy with that video, so I made another one which really digs a lot deeper into the term Trekkie, and it also deals with the term Trekker, and it kind of gives you my take on, both. So we're going to play that, and I want you to view it and comment. Let me know what you think. This gets a little deeper into it, I think. Check this one out.
I remember going to my first Star Trek convention. I was so happy to be among all the devoted fans. The attention to detail in their uniforms, the devotion to the series, and for many, the whole family was involved. Every character in the series was represented, and I could swear I heard Klingon spoken in the hallways. It was amazing. I met people who loved Star Trek as much as I did. Later, with the emergence of social media, I began to notice something. People used the words Trekkie and Trekker differently. It was like there were two groups within the fandom. At first I didn't think much of it. A name is a name, right? But as I talked to more fans, I started to understand. There was a real difference in how people saw these terms. It wasn't just about what you called yourself. It was about how you connected with Star Trek. So, what's the difference between a Trekkie and a Trekker? It's not an exact science, but here's my take. Trekkies are the superfans. They know everything about Star Trek. They have all the episodes memorized. They can speak Klingon. Trekkers, on the other hand, appreciate Star Trek for its message. They love the stories, the characters, and the vision of the future. They might not know every detail, but they connect with the heart of Star Trek. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of the original series fans I've met are really into environmentalism. It's like the show's message about taking care of our planet really stuck with them. They're the ones who are always reminding us to recycle and conserve water. It's pretty cool to see how Star Trek can inspire people to make a real difference in the world. And that is what the Enterprise project is all about. Does it really matter what we call ourselves? Not really. The important thing is that we share a love for Star Trek. Whether you're a Trekkie or a Trekker, you're part of a special community. We celebrate imagination, diversity, and hope for the future. And that's something worth celebrating. Me? I'm a toss Trekkie. Proud and true.
That explains a little better the difference between Trekkie and Trekker. What do you call yourself? A Trekkie or a Trekker, or neither? Like I said, I'm a Trekkie. I'm a TOS Trekkie at the original Star Trek. And I think the Trekkie really comes out of the original Star Trek series. The people that call themselves Trekkies, I think, are in love with TOS, and of course they like all Star Trek, but they really love TOS. I think that's the Trekkies, and the Trekkers are the people that came after TOS, the ones that started with the Next Generation and went forward. And they go back and they watch a couple of episodes, but they really can't handle it. It's it's so terrible when you compare it, in terms of the the special effects and everything else. You have to have been there, Coming from Lost in Space, Star Trek was Star Trek was the bone. I mean, having been a lost in spacer for so many years, and then, those crazy creatures, people in costumes that they were coming up with towards the end, it was too much, even for a kid. And when Star Trek came, it was such a breath of fresh air. It was everything, Of course, we're Trekkies, always will be. So, guys, we're going to keep it short. I'm not going to hang around this week because it's the Christmas holidays, and I'm still, reeling from a fantastic Christmas that I spent here with the kids. Didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. And I said kids? What am I thinking? Kid. But we stayed home and we just enjoyed each other. And we watched TV a lot. So I will see you guys next Thursday for sure, God willing. I don't know why I'm saying that from now on, God willing. It seems like the last video I made where we talked about Jesus made me start thinking about the here and after. I don't know. At any rate, we will see you guys next Thursday. Enjoy the holiday season. Whether you're Christian or Hebrew, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, and everything else in between. For everybody out there, we're hoping that you have a great New Year, and never forget to live long and prosper.